What we're going to do, quickly go through it. Those of you who are aware, on Friday, we did our 4:30 end of month trade. As we said before, a lot of these pension funds and hedge funds are long-only funds. So that's to get out the funds the end of the month, as we said, and we saw that dip at 4:25 to 4:30. Was it 30 ticks? A nice profit.
Yeah.
What did we say there? Guess what they have to do Monday? They have to come back and buy it. So there'll be no shock today, especially in the FTSE. I advise you not to go short at 8 o'clock. You do expect a lot of the pension funds, etc., to come in and buy it. They do it every month, especially when it's on a Friday, and no shit Sherlock, the FTSE and the rest of the indices are up at the start of the month. Right. Now we've got that one away. We come through. On the calendar, I keep going through it. Today's PMI day. We have every PMI out in Europe today. I think, here we go. We start at 8:15. I think we have what do we have? Manufacturing PMI. I'm trying to work out all the countries up there. Spain, France, Germany, Europe, Switzerland.
Italy.
All the way through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So be aware of that. It doesn't affect the market, but it probably keeps some liquidity away from the market. Also, we have people speaking, Panetta, Lagarde, Williams, and Bostic. The reason why they're important today, because if most of you have read the weekend press and anything else that has gone out there, there seems to be a massive sort of a disconnect between the central bankers, the market, and inflation. That word inflation is creeping its ugly head up, and hence we saw the last week tend to turn around to the central bankers and stick two fingers up. That goes forward to obviously Thursday. Powell makes a speech 5:05 on Thursday afternoon. So be aware of people speaking this week because it will move the markets. What I've written down here: central banks versus yield versus inflation. The other one, of course, is the budget. Mr. Sunak's on Wednesday. Rumours he's going to tax 1.6 million people, higher tax, move corporation tax from 19 to 25p. However, that won't be done until after the parliamentary election, which is 2023. Overnight, China's inflation caption was higher, we should be a bit wary of. Also, those of you who know Warren Buffett, he writes a letter every year called the Oracle of Omaha, and he said, never bet against America. He reckoned that over 24.7 billion of stocks were rebought back into the market in 2020, which is obviously why the market's up so high. Right, choose what you're going to trade today. Obviously, I'm going to look at FTSE, and I've got the FTSE up here, and the other indices that are up here. As we said before, on the openings, people buy at market and sell at market. Obviously on Friday we identified sellers coming for the close, and obviously the market was very weak. If we're going into today, the big figure of the day is ISM, which is at 3 o'clock, and again on Wednesday, big figure of the day. So you might just save your bullets for that. So Dan, you're on here. We don't want you to open today. Maximum of 6 trades a day, we normally say. Yeah, and obviously the meat on the bone, probably news-wise, will be in the afternoon.
Okay, so is it a good time for me to trade?
We don't want you to trade 6 times by half past. For the cherry picking. Yeah. Okay. You ask the others and they'll tell you that. Okay. So again, we look at the open day, and it could be fairly busy day. And we are seeing rally into 8 o'clock, which is not a surprise because it is the first of the month. Yeah. The month obviously being Monday as well brings a new open with people a bit of ammo to spend. Yeah. So be aware of that. And remember, if you're scalping on, and either way, people ask, where do you put your stop when you scalp? Well, you keep your hand on your mouse. If you're trading for FTSE, for instance, you might put a 20 tick stop in. That's slightly more because it's obviously more volatile, and obviously there's a reason to be trading Wall Street at the moment because it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and what's it over there? 2 in the morning, they'll probably be asleep. Yeah, let's get the right thing, right content for right news. Those of you who are new, go on to Euro stocks, because remember, it will be almost as volatile. If we look at the DAX at the moment, it's 1.13% up. If you look at Euro stocks, it's 1.18, identical. Yeah. So the same thing would we look at what did we say for the DAX to move? What we say 30, 40 ticks, 30 ticks perhaps. The Euro stock should move 1 or 2 ticks, 4.5 to 1, 4.5, 5 to 1. Yeah. So again, we're going to look at the FTSE. I'll look at the FTSE. Anyone else in there? Price action. We've also pre-indicated that we expect the buy to come in, and in theory, the FTSE is up more than the DAX and the Euro stocks, 1.3%. Big move. The FTSE around, the FTSE is only up 80, and the Wall Street's up 85, and DAX is only up, I can't see it, up 150. Yeah, but remember, the FTSE is only trading 6,500. The percentage-wise, it's huge. With a big move last week. So again, mark out your stops. Yeah, don't blow your account up in the first hour of trading today. It's very easy in the first of the month. I think it's going to be busy, and obviously, the first trade you want on board, you want a positive trade. We have a little heads up that we do expect there to be a bit of buying. However, the big however is key. You wait for the price action to come in. Yeah, as on Friday we saw it coming around about 428, 429, and it moved to 30 ticks. The selling was key, and then we saw buying straight afterwards. Yeah, hopefully today we should get buying to come in at 8 o'clock. And if it doesn't happen, you go long. Remember to stop yourself out. Sometimes you do get it wrong, but again, you don't want to ruin your day on your first trade. Yeah, so wait and see for it to come in. Those of you who are on the one-to-ones, we'll do that probably between 8 and 9 o'clock this morning, the first one, to go through what we're going to do. And someone like Mike, we're going to do for the calendar. If you've got time, we'll do that. And the rest of you will go through what you want to do for the rest of the week. Again, those of you who know the first week, non-farm payroll, Friday, probably the biggest figure of the week. So do your homework, do your calendar, and prepare for that. Because you should have done it already. You should have done it either Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The good news, Jake, are you here? Can you hear him?
Yes, sir.
There it goes.
Jake's back. Good. Jake was one of the people who unfortunately had his appendix out last week.
I'm here, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a lot better. Cheers.
Good. Hopefully you can make some money in the FTSE. All right. We'll do your one-to-ones in a minute. It's a great comedy on here. Most people come on here end up in hospitals, so beware. Beware coming on to our early morning Zoom. Right, we're going to have a quick look at the FTSE, and we're open now, and we've obviously seen it ticking up. There we go. Oh, we got the wrong one. Let's put cash up. Again, we've seen the FTSE ticking up. I've got the wrong screen up here. I'm just looking at the. Let's put it on here. Why does it give me the wrong screen anyway? We've seen it was at 10, 15 ticks in the FTSE. Again, we see the market buying coming in. We'll wait for it to more really to come in, but we've seen that action in the FTSE in the first 10, 15 seconds, 85 up to 100 up. Fairly easy trading. My screen's not updating. Lucky I've got the other screen here. Looking at the FTSE up here and the DAX, both rallying here for the opening. The same on your scalps in reality here, yeah, is how far do you run your profits? What do we say in a scalp and a FTSE? 10, 15 ticks, DAX maybe 30, 40 ticks. If you are trading, you put your stop in, as you said in the FTSE, 10, 20, 10, 15 tick stop to look for a 40, 50 tick profit. Yeah.
My FTSE is not running. It's not updating on them.
Nor's mine. So don't worry.
Nor's mine, Neil.
Pick it up. Yeah, I've gone along on my mobile phone. So just be aware of it. If you go over to the left-hand side here, Chi, you will see the price trading here. But obviously, there's a fault within IG, and probably that is not updated. There we go. You've got a little gap up here. Yeah. we've come in here. So this should be filmed. Ignore the gap. So they've obviously have had a fault at IG.
I've missed that.
Panic, and you go to the other screen to which to trade now. And we are seeing the FTSE rally. What's that? 20 ticks in 2.5 minutes flat. Hopefully, please, some of you got on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to clap like a walrus. It's so good. I think I've never seen a walrus clap, but allegedly they clap like this. So anyway, that's what we look at for the opening to come in, and it's easy money. The argument you've got now, and perhaps Bianca might be good at this. How far you run in a trade, you run it longer. For a scalp point of view, yeah, we're just looking to get that first trade off the wire. So in reality, to the FTSE there, what's that? 25 ticks. That's a fantastic start to your Monday morning. Yeah. However, you're trading it long time for the month. Yeah. You may be hanging on to it. And then that's when you're thinking about your trading stocks, where you move your stop up the scraps, everything else. But for the market open, for the 8 o'clock opening, that doesn't get much easier, really.
Yeah, nice little 20 ticks there, Neil. Lovely.
That's a great start today, and that's what we look for the opening. The other thing, as I said to some of you, when do you scalp and when do you trade? In theory, you could have done both today. You could have done a scalp with your mouse and obviously put a trade on with a 20 tick stock, or obviously the diagonal 30 ticks, and then work out where you want to go. But there's nothing better, as you said, when you're trading like we are, day trade or hourly traders, to get your first trade to be green. Yeah, puts you massively on the front foot, and obviously takes the brakes off a bit. You can relax a bit and have a look at the market, and you don't have to overtrade. Do you hear that word, Daniel? We don't have to overtrade. Yeah, those of you who are in this group, Charlie, I can see you laughing. But our aim this week, Daniel, is to stop you overtrading, because most of the trades are good. All right. Anyway, have a good day. The rest of you will be on the discussion group. That group's working really well. And we'll start doing our one-to-ones in the next 15 to 20 minutes. All right.
Thank you, Neil. Have a good day, mate.
Good day.
Lovely. Thanks, Neil.